Hello, folks, and welcome to Tiny Admiral's Hangout Model Show for reddragon modelwerks and styrene syndicate.
And we are officially boring this evening.
Yep. I'm surprised. Usually there's a lot more people show up earlier, but it happens. You get a slow night every now and then.
It is Sunday, and there's a big movie on right now. So
well, it'd be the movie then, because Sunday is usually one of our busier days. Usually, not always, but usually. Let me see here.
Yeah, I'm even getting to the point where I'm thinking about ordering in all the brass bollards and everything to go with those brass ventilators we were talking about for this build.
Yeah.
Where I'm thinking about ordering in all the brass bollards and everything.
What the hell?
That was me. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really kind of weird. Yeah, so I don't know. Like once I got like one of the Fly Hawk gold medal sets with all the brass bollards, the brass ventilators, and that comes with all the veteran deck equipment.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of spoiled, and this battleship's the Fuso from Fujimi, so all the deck details soft.
Yeah.
So I'm debating whether to get all the veteran stuff because they make a gold medal set for her sister ship, which didn't do anything, but the sister ship has a different pagoda.
Yeah.
So it doesn't help me at all. But it was bad that the fact that I had to find the research from a forum from Worlds of Warships.
Oh, dude.
Like the reference material is bad when that's the point you got to use.
Yeah.
But they were taking shots out of that book, the one that I had to order that was out of print. So I was like, great. I did. I know how much you love Bismarck. I got a new book in so I can get trajectories and some other stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's called Battle of Denmark Strait. It's by Walter Rieklich. Okay. And it actually dispels a bunch of the stuff from previous books.
Huh.
And it has Bismarck and Prince Eugen's like crossing the T all in the maps. Yeah, it's got like shell hits, everything else. And I got it on Amazon for from a secondhand seller for $9.
That's not a bad price. No,
I mean it's a good little book. I mean it's like regular novel size.
Okay.
But it's 319 pages. And it actually ends with a confirmation that Bismarck did not scuttle herself. That it dispels that. So mine came with a sun bleached jacket, but I was happy just to pay $9. It was published by Casemate.
Oh yeah, like the price of reference books, like we were talking about earlier, is getting fucking astronomical half the time, man. You find a good deal like that, go for it.
Yeah, and then my client found a website that would show for Bismarck and Prince Eugen range and trajectory heights. So for the turrets, the trajectory heights, and they had it for multiple guns, even Japanese naval guns.
I'm going to be working on tonight is doing the adding some photo etch to these anti-aircraft guns, the 25 millimeters.
Are they Type 96s or they're?
Hang on a sec. The triple 25 millimeter cannon mounts.
Yeah, Type 96.
Yeah.
You're not doing the full replacement. You're just adding some photo etch to them.
Well, I've got to wait until I can get out to the res, because on the way out there is when I stop off in Belleville at the hobby shop, because I am almost right out of IJN Curie Arsenal Gray.
Ooh, I love that color for a lot of things besides Curie Arsenal stuff.
But unfortunately, it's the overall color for like 99% of the goddamn ship. So I'm kind of at a standstill until I can get those.
Yeah, Curie Arsenal Gray is a nice color. I was actually shocked. I was going through my 700 scale Lutzow from Flyhawk.
Okay.
The colors that it uses are pretty interesting. Like there's British Sky Gray involved from Tamiya.
Huh.
So like the upper hull's light sky gray.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I'll grab the thing. It's pretty, because that's going to be my 1/700 scale entry for the IPMS Nationals. Because if I got to enter IPMS, I'm going to take something for every category.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't really work in 1/700 scale anymore. My fingers just don't want to do it.
Well, this one's got the ventilators and the bollards, and I was like, I debated ordering the wood deck, but I feel at 700 scale wood decks are too thick.
Yeah.
But it does. The Flyhawk Gold Medal set came with the mask, so I'll paint the wood deck first.
Well, even at 1/350 scale, I mean, the wood has to be really thick to be in scale.
Or thin to be in scale, yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
that's what I prefer. I prefer the Artworks decks, the Artworks or the Pontos.
Yeah, unfortunately, Artworks is no longer producing them.
Yeah, well, that was one of the decks I could have gotten, but their deck's too light because their deck was pretty dark. Yeah, so lower hull color is XF66.
I may be a little partial because I beta test them, but I do have to say I really like these decks from scaledex.com.
Yeah, I've never gotten scaledex.com.
They're really nice. The only problem is because he's still adding to his catalog. So he doesn't have a huge selection. He's working on it a little bit at a time. That's why I'm beta testing, because so long as he's adding to his catalog, I'm beta testing, you know?
Yeah, so here was the interesting one. So lower hull's XF66. The upper superstructure is XF19. And then the turret tops are XF63, which is dark blue-gray.
Yeah, I can sort of see it. I mean, when I did my Bismarck, that's part of why I chose the exact time to depict it that I did. Because I have a whole shit ton of German gray, which is perfect color for its Baltic turret tops.
Yeah, where I'm doing mine, you know, Dogger Bank, so I've got to use Hellgrow. And its turret tops are still gray until it gets repainted after hood incident. The hood incident.
Yeah. But I chose it for just before it left because there's no way in hell I was going to be masking around all that intricate photo etch.
Oh yeah, for the Baltic stripes.
Yeah. I didn't mind putting them on the hull, and I know that they didn't try to paint the hull out paint the stripes out on the hull until just before they left.
Yeah.
That's why the stripes were still largely visible through the paint was because they painted it and then left before it dried. So a lot of that paint got washed off.
Well, that's actually one of the things I'm going to do on my Bismarck is painting the gray over the swastika area.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a lot of like transparent reducer because it was painted underway.
Yeah.
So it's going to be somewhat still visible under it.
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't have too much of a choice because the deck that I was beta testing had the Baltic stripes printed right on. So, I mean, I could have painted over them, but it would have taken away from the detailing that he wanted to show.
Yeah, and part of the problem, I mean, for Prince Eugen, I had a custom deck made, and my buddy cut it, who used to cut decks. He had Nautilus models, and the only problem is he doesn't like cutting the deck to where it's got very defined, like he's not using a multi-layered wood, really, and then he's not cutting really defined paneling.
Okay.
And so my client didn't like it because it didn't match the Pontos deck that's on Bismarck.
Well, the thing about scale decks is he prints the deck detailing onto the wood before he cuts it.
Okay.
He doesn't use a laser cutter to put the planking and stuff in because he finds that when it's done with the laser, it tends to be a little out of scale. So he has a really fine inkjet printer that he prints the details onto the decks with first.
Very nice.
Now
I'm looking at his site. So yeah, I'm looking at his site. I'm gonna see what.
But yeah, the downside is you have to seal it first because it's printer ink, so it is delible, and they're not adhesive back to use your own adhesive.
Yeah, I'm not huge.
I actually really prefer because that gives me a lot more time to play with it and get it in position.
His Arizona deck for 350th scale looks really nice. I think it's a little dark personally.
Yeah, he also has one for 1 to 200, I believe.
Well, I'm doing that major 350th scale one, so I do like the use your own adhesive idea, but what I've gotten to where I'll use is there's a cyanoacrylate that normally takes it's made for wood, so it won't stain wood.
Okay.
And it actually, hypothetically, it really shouldn't dry very well without adhesive because it doesn't. The bottles are actually demarcated by how much adhesive, like kicker, it has in it.
Okay.
It's kind of weird, but I showed it on the scale model critique group, and a bunch of people had never heard of it. But I picked it up at the wood store, and it works really well if you kind of like thinly brush it around areas that'll bow or come up.
Okay.
And it's really good. It's the one I was using is 2P10 medium, so it's 2 parts. It sets in 10 minutes, cures in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Triple distilled, 2-year shelf life is guaranteed.
Damn.
But it's made by Fast Cap. So it says put 2P10 adhesive to one surface and then put activator to the other surface. Takes 2 to 4 seconds to lock and 10 seconds for a full cure. Or 10 seconds to set and 30 seconds full cure.
That's not too bad.
But I found using it without the adhesive, you can get a little work time to play with it.
Yeah.
And I actually put the kids' wooden train table together with it. So it survives a 2-year-old pulling on it.
Damn.
And the super glue bottles are very nice because they come with a metal rod in the cap.
Oh, so you don't need to like use a glue looper or anything.
Well, the rod in the cap so your glue doesn't get clogged.
Yeah. See, that's why I use syringes, because that way I'm not constant. My bottle of CA is not constantly open, closed all the time.
Are you using like the diabetes syringes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Standard 100 unit CC syringes.
Yeah, I've had decent luck with those with thin CA, but never with like medium or thick. Because I really like to use black rubberized cement for like railings.
I've had okay. I've had okay results with medium, but not thick. The thick you cannot get through this needle.
Yeah, I ordered some new CA. I'm gonna try out. Here whenever it comes in, because I really like the rubberized stuff for a lot of things. I know it's a little overkill, like for a lot of issues, but you know when we use PVA, you know, to set a lot of the stuff in, I use the plaid fabric glue.
Okay.
And it's got a little more flex to it, it seems like, than like regular white glue.
Yeah.
Um,
See, what I tend to use the white glue for mostly, if I've got like a long section, like railings,
mhm.
like the main railings or the railings on the side of the main deck, I'll use drops of CA just to anchor it in place, and then I'll put the PVA down and let it set. And the reason for that is CA glue doesn't when it dries hard, and it doesn't expand or contract with hot and cold the way that the brass will.
Yeah.
Now, some parts of the world may not be a problem. It stays, one temperature range most of the time. But up here in Canada, we're hot, we're cold, we're hot, we're cold, we're hot, we're cold, we're hot, we're cold.
Or like in Florida where it's almost the same way, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, over time, you end up the railings end up falling right off of it because the constant flux of the metal expanding and contracting ends up buggering that all to hell. So that's one of the things I use PVA for. The other thing is for glazing my windows.
Okay.
I'll be damned if I'm going to pay what they want for micro crystal clear when I can do the same thing with dollar store white glue.
Yeah, that's true. It's interesting is some like Missouri went. I think Missouri made it halfway through the Pacific with no windows on her. Like they weren't installed.
Okay. I did not know that.
I think it was Missouri or it was another battleship. She made it through the Panama Canal, and her main weather deck did not have windows on it.
That can get uncomfortable.
Yeah, that can be a little uncomfortable. Well, it's always like those things like where you see photos of ships and like they don't have blast bags on them, and like they had blast bags, but you're looking at it going, where are the blast bags? Why am I echoing now?
Is it because of me?
How you doing, Steve?
All right, doing good. How you guys doing?
I'm as good as can be expected.
Yeah, how you feeling? Better? Little. Is it a slow healing progress or?
Yeah, it's really slow, and I'm still like having some after effects of the anesthesia, and
Right.
I don't know. I got to call on Monday and see if I can change the pain medication, maybe.
He keeps scratching himself and howling at the moon. I think the next time that he needs to go to a real doctor instead of a vet.
Yeah, probably. I mean, but they didn't give me my Bordetella. But so the new CA glue I ordered last night was I ordered Star Bond. I'm gonna try it. And it's flexible, medium thick, premium toughened 2 ounce bottle. So it's a lab CA. Its viscosity is 500 CPS with a penetration ability of 0.008. So we'll try it, see how it goes. Because we normally at the shop we'll use the Bob Smith Industries flexible. They have it. It's called Instaflex, and they have it in thick. So when we do our vent gates to pour our molds, if there's a fair amount of weight, it's not going to break the vent gate.
Yeah.
It's just to kind of get the shock over. Yeah, Tim, man, my brains is not working tonight. Mick, you can beat me later, because for the Fuso, the only place I could get a deck from was Shipyard.
Well, I'm not gonna beat you for that, dude.
Well, at least it wasn't Wood Hunter.
I've even heard John recommend other people's companies for stuff that he doesn't have something for.
Well, Fuso, like at least this one, even though they have it labeled for Hasegawa kit, considering Hasegawa never made a Fuso.
That's a little bizarre.
Yeah, it's a little bizarre, but it comes with the masking film for it. So I think it should be a legal requirement that you should have to sell the masking film with the wood deck. You can't sell one without the other, because that's what I learned the first time I put a wood deck on, was I painted the whole ship first and then put the wood deck on. And then
That's what I do. I paint the hull, then I'll apply my deck, and all the superstructure components are painted before they go on that deck.
That's the exact way I do it.
That way, the only thing I have to worry about after that is the odd time I might have to do some touch up here and there.
I was just worried about getting a little extra glue on my deck.
Hey, Kirk.
Yeah.
All right, I'm reading this post my friend Andron posted. Dude, it's awesome. You will get 10 million USD cash, but Samuel L. Jackson will be there and yell "Emmer effer" for every penny you spend. Will you be happy? And someone commented on it and says, "Is it the same "Emmer effer" every time? Or does it change according to your purchase?" Buys a Big Mac. I love Samuel Jackson.
I would spend it in pennies at that point.
Oh, dude.
I do it. Yeah, I do it just to sit there and listen to him.
Dude, you know what'd be great is imagine the tip jar at a Starbucks or something. You're dropping pennies in it time. Mother.
Then they'd have to shut the Starbucks down for months.
Because they had Black Man in it.
Well, for sensitivity training. The tip jar would actually have to get sensitivity training.
Oh, geez, that'd be too funny.
I don't know, with all the MF and he can do, man. I think the poor waitress would end up in therapy after that.
I don't know. I have to say that recently, him in Hitman's Bodyguard, that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I actually really like that one.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson and Hitman's Bodyguard was pretty amazing.
I think I've seen that one.
It's
Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, and
that ought to be interesting.
And Samuel Jackson plays a hitman, and his wife, who's also in jail, is Selma Hayek.
Yeah, it's Selma Hayek, and she actually looks rough in a skanky way that I'd still hit it.
You know we're live, right?
Yeah, that's why I said it that way instead of another way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Selma Hayek doesn't watch my videos.
Well, I wasn't worried about her, but Selma Hayek is, she's a gorgeous woman no matter what. So,
but they had her like jailed up, like rough looking. It was like,
yeah, no, I remember the movie, dude. I did see it.
But yeah, so they spend half the movie making fun of each other's movies.
It's awesome.
Right on.
And so like that was what kind of made it awesome. Like, I'll spoil it a little bit. Like Samuel L. Jackson keeps doing the Deadpool face. Hey, Ryan Reynolds.
That'd be perfect.
So it's just like one of those things. I think that was the first time I've seen Steven's, like the inside of his shop, and him not working in a hotel room.
Oh my god. Dude, you have to see this. This is both horrifying and amazing at the same time.
You know we're live, right, Eric?
This is okay. It's just horrifying and amazing at the same time. He's still Batman.
I was hoping he was vaping for a second. That would have made it better.
Look at him. Look at how tiny his booties are, and his hands are kind of small too. Somebody photoshopped this.
I still think the best time was the time that we were showing at Comic-Con in New York, and it was at the Javits Center, and you couldn't carry weapons in, so they had like this big thing where everybody had to put their prop guns, and then all these guys were showing up in cosplay, but they had bought the Ruby's suits for like Captain America, Batman, Iron Man, and they were all what's that, like thin, it's Lycra. They were like all thin Lycra suits.
Yeah.
And no one remembered to wear like a cup with it. So me and my wife, even though we had VIP passes to get in, we'd sit there and point at all these dudes' wieners. Like, as they were walking in, because it was like 50 degrees outside and like blowing, and they're wearing Lycra. So they're like turtled up. And we're just like, forgot a cup, forgot a cup, forgot a cup. And all these guys are just sitting there grabbing their junk.
Even a nice warm sock.
Man, I'd have put a roll of quarters in there. That at least looked better. Hell, a roll of dimes would have looked better than half those guys.
My neighbor does cosplay, and he's a big Power Rangers fan. Tammy and I helped him with his costume last year for he went as the Red Ranger. Unfortunately, his Lycra suit was a little too much on the tight side. He comes over and he's like, "Dude, so what do you think?" Put that shit away, man. I don't want to see that. It was so tight you could have counted the hairs. It's just, oh man, no, dude.
Oh,
That's fine.
That's bad, throw it out.
I gotta find this one.
You guys hear me okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying, I think that's the first time I've seen you not working in a hotel room.
Yeah, they keep canceling trips on me.
Like you actually have a real shop, and I'm like really surprised.
Well, don't start swearing. We're live here. I'm the moderator. Woman, you start swearing, I gotta kick you out.
Hey, Eric, I'm about to check out this message I sent you on Facebook. See if it'll show for the Imperial Truth. Somebody failed their saving throw roll. Think about how distracting that'd be in a game of 40K.
Oh crap. I just picked up. Who the hell wears those anymore? Oh my god. Dude, that is, dude, I want to,
Forward that to Mick now, just so everyone can have that same laugh.
Oh my god, that's so wrong. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh, damn it. Hold on, Nick. There's something seriously wrong with you, bro.
You're figuring this out now?
It's a different kind of wrong. I've known Kirk is wrong for a while, but this is a different kind of wrong. Holy
like
shit.
the blowing up the balloon wrong?
Somehow on the same plane, but very awkwardly different. I personally thought the anal bead was better than the than the blowing of the balloon.
See, if I'd have captioned it, it would have been, "This is what happens when you swallow bubble gum."
I thought it was great though. What happens when someone fails their saving throw and it's like, oh god. I thought it was pretty funny.
And this is why they don't invite me to the PTA meetings anymore.
This is why you can't have nice things.
Yeah, what's Gilbert doing tonight? What's his excuse?
He's drinking and smoking.
Uh,
Yeah, well, his back's been really messed up lately.
yeah, speaking of that, I'm probably about to lay down here, but if you need me, Eric, I'll be laying around. Not like I'll be sleeping because I can't ever roll over and be actually happy because I tend to sleep on my right side and with my right ear the way it is.
Oh, dude, that's gotta be brutal. I like to lay. I sleep on my side too. I can't sleep. I can't not sleep on my side.
Yeah, Steven, by the way, I think your office is way too over decorated. It's too fancy for us. You really got to tone it down a little bit now.
Yeah, what you're seeing is a mirror. It's a magic of mirrors. Because this is only like 10 by 10. It's very small.
That studio was used for something else long ago.
Yeah, bedroom.
Casting room.
That doesn't make it any better. That doesn't make it any better. We got mirrors everywhere.
Well, the one you sent me, Eric, I can't see it. It says this post has been removed.
Oh, damn.
Not the guy with the yellow shorts. That's just creepy.
Which one? Which one did I send you?
The one before that.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was.
No, you're not going to know now because the post has been removed. It took me to a group.
Yeah, it took me to a group too. I couldn't tell you what it was.
A group that I'm not a part of, so I probably wouldn't have been able to see it anyway. But
I'm not a part of the group either. Something must have changed.
they kicked you out for sending them pictures of guys in tidy yellow shorts.
Oh my god. Kirk sent it to me. I shared it with you. I wanted you to,
I showed
suffer
Tommy.
like I suffered.
Tommy holding a mixed girlfriend.
Dude, whoever invented and whoever still wears short shorts should be, set on fire. Ugh.
Yeah.
I do not need to see the undercarriage.
Eric, I was gonna let you know that's gonna be the new Collapse Industry shorts for next year's show.
I quit. I don't need a potato or anything in my pants, but no, thank you.
And the front of the shorts will say collapse and the back will say industries.
No, it's just gonna say Foxtrot right above the butt.
Well, that'll go right along with the ball gag and straps and leash that he's supposed to wear for Brian. So
that got really weird. That post got really, really weird really quick. I was like, what
anytime
happened?
Brian and I get to joking about stuff that gets weird, trust me.
I was just like, what the hell are these guys going on about?
The problem is Brian has the same twisted sense of humor as I do.
I mean, I kind of highly doubt that, but well, kids, y'all have a good evening. Eric, I'll be around if you need me.
Yeah, bud. Catch you later.
Take it easy, bro.
Take care.
All right, guys. Take care.
Yeah, these gun shields are a pain in the butt.
Of all the things that shouldn't be a pain in the butt.
You leave tomorrow. Are you locking the door or no?
That depends. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to leave.
Like, I mean, do you know where your keys are?
No, I don't.
Okay, so don't worry about locking the door.
They're somewhere in the house.
Insanity, have you seen it?
No, your sanity left the building long ago. It's not somewhere in the house. Your sanity left the building the second you moved in with me.
True. When I decided to move here.
So yeah, first thing, remind me when I get up. First thing, not to go back to sleep because I got to phone Mom. I got to find out what time she can have me back and see what's going on. Because
That's okay. You can stay up anytime. I have to get up and leave. Because I got to be downstairs before 7:30.
well, you better be making coffees then, and set me up an IV so I can consume it quicker.
Okay, I was just going to buy myself a coffee once I get there.
Oh yeah, you got to stay up and watch the kid, but I'm gonna have a coffee and you're not.
I'm stopping you from grabbing coffee or getting yourself home when you get home.
See what I got to put up with here, Steve?
Yeah.
I'm really hoping the timing works out tomorrow because I've got a way to get out to the res and to the model shop in Belleville, which I really need because I'm out of Curry Arsenal Gray. Where the hell did that? Oh, okay, there it is. And the problem is Tammy's got an out-of-town appointment. Someone has it. We're not 100% sure when she'll be back because of the ride service that she uses to get there for her appointments. I have to phone my mom and find out if she can guarantee me that I'll be back in time to pick him up at the bus stop.
Because we're going to first and their kids.
Because you can't just let a 5-year-old let themselves in and babysit themselves after school.
The person we were going to get him off the bus, her kid's sick. So that kind of fell through.
She said she'd let me know tomorrow if she could watch him, but
yeah,
by the time she gets a hold of me, it'll already be too late. So I can't really rely on her right now.
Yeah, exactly.
More's a pity because that would have been the perfect,
Yeah.
you know. But I'm really upset if I have to wait till next week to get that gray because I can't paint anything on this until I do.
These pants are okay, so we're good. And there's all his clothes for tomorrow, which
So what are you working on, Steve?
I'm painting these Warhammer figures that were for that tank I built.
Oh, okay.
his clothes are right
Yeah.
here. But, yeah.
Oh, it's just the two of us, huh?
Apparently. Where'd Eric go? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe somebody would show up.
That's okay. Howard disappeared like right after I went live.
Yeah. Now, so if you're watching, you have a webcam and want to join us, just follow the link on the Styrene Syndicate Facebook group.
Yep.
Join us.
I believe Brian's at a movie at the movies with his family until a little later.
Oh, he went to go see the that one movie.
I don't know what he went to see. All I know is he was showing Lynn my posts,
Uh-huh.
and Lynn says that his friends have issues. Oh, yep, I do.
Nah, we don't have issues.
Hey, I'm proud of my issues, man.
That's right.
You don't get to be this warped through living easy, man. It's the same reason I'm proud of my ugly. You don't look like this through living in the lap of luxury. I earned this. These are like my battle honors, you know?
Yeah, I just did a new video review. Took me a little time to do it. It's Andre Miniatures, Cossack attacks. Let's see here. Did a review on this kit right here.
Okay.
It's all metal thick kit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the last time I did an all metal kit was it was pewter cast,
Mm-hmm.
an old Caldercraft kit from like the 70s. It was their British 8-pounder field artillery piece.
Right.
And it came with the full horse team, the limber, the crew, everything, and a base. I think I got as far as building the gun, and then my kid got into it or something. It was a charity shop find. I found it at Value Village for like $3.
Wow.
1:35 scale. I was like, yeah, that's coming home with me.
Hello.
Hey, Vinny.
Hey, Vinny.
How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. I was watching you on YouTube, and you said, well, there's nobody here to come on, so I figured, oh, what the heck, let me go on.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, keep it. Because sometimes it's really crazy out here, so I don't, I say, oops, oh well. Too many people out here today.
Yeah.
It's kind of slow for a Sunday today, but
I noticed.
that happens.
Well, at least one of the guys I was using this wet palette, and who was the guy? I forgot who he was, but he says, "Oh, Vinny, by the way," I says, "What?" I kept complaining my palette's not working right. I don't have it wet enough. He says, "Maybe it's because it's upside down, the sponge." Damn sponge was upside down. I didn't know that would make a big difference, but it did.
Really?
Yeah. Kept drying out. I couldn't figure out why. I had plenty of water in it and everything.
Huh. Is it like one of those pallets like the rest of us bought?
Yeah, the what's the name of the palette? The Masterson Stay Wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sponge, right? I
Yep.
had it upside down. You know where the ridges are on it. I had
Okay.
that. I had that facing up when you have to have it facing down,
Oh.
and that apparently was a mistake I made. Now it's working fine. Weird. I just keep it wet. That's all.
Yeah, I guess I should use one. I have one, but I'm just too lazy to get it ready.
Well, I tell you, if don't use the paper that's in there. It sucks.
Yeah, I bought some other paper for it. I did find the paper. I forgot where I put it, and I found it
Parchment
today.
paper,
So
right?
yeah.
You bought parchment paper, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I got. I got a whole bunch of it.
I bought the stuff that Gil recommended.
Yeah, what is it? Reynolds Kitchen Genuine Parchment Paper.
There you go.
That's the one I got. And it's got it comes with smart grid. It's got these little grids in it that you can, like you can cut the paper, you know, you follow it with the scissors. Where is it? Ta-da. What are you doing, a tank?
I'm doing figures for a Warhammer tank I built.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I was looking at this thing yesterday about these Vallejo pigment colors, like you can like rocks and all kinds of stuff when you're making those diorama.
Okay.
All kinds of how you can mix them all together, and that's how they make the little rocks in the road and stuff like that.
Right.
And I'm saying to myself, well, each one is for a certain one. Like one is for stone, one is for this, one is for that. I think by the time you collect them all, you'll be in debt to the
Yeah.
a lot of crap. It looked nice though. It was pretty cool, but I said to myself, if I get into that, I'm going to start. I have enough money in paints already. So if I start getting that stuff, my wife will kill me. But definitely roll this thing down the stairs. So the only thing I am used to is I am used to the Vallejo paints. I like the Vallejo paints. They work for me. And guys are telling me, oh, Vinny, get this paint. It's, I don't know what they were. They were those, cheap paint, like 83 cents a bottle.
Oh, like the craft paint.
Yeah, the craft paints, and there's so much different things you got to do to soft, to make them sure they stick to the models and all that. And my wife says, "Look, you're used to the Vallejo paint, buy the Vallejo paint."
Right.
So that's what I'm going to keep with the Vallejo. Whatever works, stick with it. Like I think Mick works good with the Tamiya, and he sticks with it. He doesn't keep changing it.
Well, I do use other paints. It's just that I've been working with Tamiya for so long, so many decades now,
Yeah.
that like I've been using the Tamiya paint since I was in my teens. So it's just I've got a feel for them now. I can pretty much mix them and spray them almost blindfolded.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Once you're used to it, you don't want to start on something that, well, how do these paints work, So,
But at the same time, though, like I say, I don't let that deter me from using other paints for other purposes. It's just
well, correct. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
exactly what I'm doing with it,
Yeah. Like if they have a color, if I need a certain color and they don't have it, well, I guess the next step is whoever else. I mean, I don't know about them yet.
I mean, I still use the testers for some things.
The glue?
No, the testers paint.
Oh, okay.
I still use these for some things too.
The acrylic paint or enamel?
Enamels.
Yep. I have a load of that, Mick. I got a lot of that paint.
I'll be right back.
The only thing I like about this paint is it dries right away. I'd be sitting there watching paint dry. Hey, Vinny, what are you doing watching paint dry?
Yeah, but for some things you want a slower cure time too, though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, with the stuff I do, I mean, I don't do any fancy shit like you guys do, but I just do my cheaper ones. And I don't care what you say, those little Lindbergh diorama kits, they're good. They are good.
Well, they're good for what you like.
No, even yeah, if you like to put those little dioramas things together and stuff, not a Lindbergh boat. I know how you feel about them, and yes, they are a pain in the ass to do. But these little Lindbergh diorama kit things with the skeleton.
Yeah, but if I'm going to do a diorama, it's going to be the base is all going to be scratch built.
Oh, see, well, you could scratch build. I can't scratch build.
You just don't try, but.
Well, I have tried a couple of things and didn't work out too well. Maybe I'll get used to it after a while. But I got a lot of the stuff. Every now and then I get a little extra for scratch building, but I just have to learn how to do it. Watch like movies that they show you how to do things. I bought some of those. They're like rods. Well, I bought the rods, but this other one they're really thick. I'm saying to myself, what the hell am I going to use this for? It's a complete thick square. You can cut them, but maybe if you cut them small, you could probably make a car battery out of it. All right. Yes, I could see that. But anything else, I don't know what the hell you would use that for.
You can use them for structural building. You can use them for all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
Ooh, itchy foot.
Did you ever find your guns?
What's that?
Did you ever find those guns?
No. I've got the other set sitting aside, and I'm going to pick up some blue stuff, and I'm going to have to cast another gun for it. That's all there is to it.
What is it, like a metal gun? Plastic.
Oh, damn thing just restarted me again.
Huh.
I was wondering, you didn't answer, and I'm looking at that.
No, I did answer. I said I was going to get some blue stuff and have to recast that gun that I lost.
Yeah, but I said, is it plastic or metal?
No, it's plastic.
Oh, okay. But wouldn't a piece of rod styrene make one out of there?
What's that?
Couldn't a piece of styrene, like a rod, like a 1/16 inch rod?
No, we're talking a twin mount that is about the size of a pubic hair.
Okay, I got styrene here that's the size of pubic hair. You're talking 0.020, 0.010. That's pubic hair right there. I got them too. I was making little tank antennas with them. Guys are telling me all you have to do is take some of the sprue, set it on fire, and pull it. Warm it up and pull it. I've done that. It doesn't work for me.
Warm it up. Don't set it on fire, Vinny.
Well, I kind of set it on fire. So,
If you set it on fire, you've warmed it up a little too much.
yeah. Warm it up till it starts to melt, and then I do that. And then I don't realize I made the piece too short, and when I touch the two ends, I burn my fingers off. One less.
The way I do it, I hold it above a fair distance above the flame, and when it starts to droop,
Yeah.
that's when I know it's hot enough, and I grab it and the big thing is don't pull it real quick either because you snap it.
Yeah.
Even pressure, and then depending on how big a piece you need too, because I mean, if you're doing it for rigging, then you want long, really thin strands.
Yeah.
For an antenna, you want something a little bit thicker, depending on what scale too.
Yep. And then I said, to hell with it. I think it's easier just to buy the rod, get them in all different sizes. You can make any antenna you want. Cut it, take it out, cut it, and put it on. I'm lazy when it comes to that. Yeah, 0.10 and 0.20. I think that's the smallest it comes in. And that's really tiny.
If everything works out tomorrow and I can hit the hobby shop and get the paint that I need, tomorrow's going to be fun because I got a lot of paint to catch up on.
What model?
What's that?
Which one?
For the Yamato, right?
Model.
Yep. 1 to 350 scale Yamato new tool from Tamiya.
That's a good size, that one, 350, isn't it? You said that was like 3 feet?
Hang on just a minute here, I'll show you. That's it right there.
Oh, yeah. That's another good size one. Look at the size of that thing.
Wow.
That's one thing about Mick. He thinks big. And then I think he does that because when he gets the photo X with that, it won't be as hard as it would be a regular small.
Not even just the photo etch, even the plastic work.
Yeah.
My fingers just won't handle 1 to 700 anymore.
Yeah, I get that too, the 1 to 700, but I use I do use tweezers for that, but sometimes if you hit it too hard, that tweezer's gonna go bing. And you're gonna have to find
I have to order myself another set of tweezers because these tweezers have been so heavily used for the past couple of years that the tip is starting to lose its structural integrity, which means that happens 3 times as often. You go to pick something up and ding, off it goes.
Well, that's it too. Even with the new ones, that happens to me. But I'm thinking, What happens if they put some type of a little rubber tip inside there? Maybe the little rubber tip will hold it. No, that I think it would hold it.
Ones I'm looking at ordering are watch repair tweezers.
Watch repair. Is that what you look up if you want to find them? You look up watch repair tweezers.
Yeah, or jeweler's tweezers. They're also called jeweler's tweezers.
Hmm.
But the whole idea is they're kind of designed to not let tiny metal parts go ting.
Yeah. When I worked for Kelsey Clock, they're the ones who make those nautical clocks and stuff. And the guy in there who puts those spots in there, you should see the pieces he got. If I knew that then, what I knew now, I would have borrowed some. Hey, you got any other ones I can take home with me? Doggy.
Hang on a minute.
So sitting back, relaxing with a beer. No, not a beer. Some kind of drink and a cigar. You've seen this picture. We're over here working hard and he's over there getting drunk. Don't figure.
Who's that?
It says we're over here working hard, putting our models together, and he's home getting drunk.
Who's that?
Yo.
Oh, yeah. That was earlier today, I thought.
Yeah, he's out there. He sent a picture of him with a cigar.
Yeah.
With a cold. I think I don't know what kind of drink it is. I know it's whiskey.
Yeah, it's a whiskey, Jameson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Scotch, isn't it? Jameson is Scotch or a whiskey?
Jameson is an Irish whiskey, isn't it?
Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
Actually, my preferred brand.
Because it's not Scotch.
No, it's Irish.
It's an Irish type of whiskey. I know it's whiskey. Can you match it with a rye, like a rye or something like that? Or?
Well, no, rye is a different type of whiskey.
Yeah. I used to order, I don't know why I like whiskey sours, and I tell them, don't put bourbon in it. I don't want the bourbon. It tastes like shit. He says, what would you like in it? I said, rye. Tastes better with rye than bourbon. I'm
not a big fan of bourbon myself.
I'm a bourbon drinker. I like my bourbons.
Yeah, if you like bourbon, fine. Whiskey sour tastes good, but I don't like the taste of bourbon. I don't even like the taste of Scotch.
I like Scotch. I prefer Irish, but I like Scotch.
Yeah.
I drink rye occasionally.
Yeah, my brother-in-law is a Scotch drinker, and when we used to go see him in Maine, we used to pick him up a bottle of Blue, and that's when we used to have money, because those damn things went for $100 a bottle for the Blue. Now they got green, they got all kinds of colors now. I don't know. Expensive little whiskey, I tell you that much. For his birthday, I think his wife got him up. It must be a gallon of it, a gallon of Blue. I wonder what she paid for that. We're going to put a house on the mortgage. You remember that, man? Don't tell me she's sleeping. Yeah, you were asleep. Yep. What is it? Every time I go on here, what do you guys must put her to sleep because she's out. Yep, she's out.
Probably going, thank God Vinny's on the hangout. They can babysit him. I can take a break.
Yeah, she does every time. She's out like a light.
You're tiring her out, Vinny.
I've been really cranky lately. So. It fills work, but not up till 8 o'clock till I take them. Otherwise, I'm cranky for the whole day. Just like all day long. Not this fighting, but yelling and shit. Once I take my pill, I should take it twice a day. I gotta ask my doctor. You know what pisses me off, Nick, about the doing the snowberry? I put that paint on the dark gray. They call for dark gray. I put it on and put it on and put it on. No matter what, no matter how careful I am, I'm still it still looks like shit on there. Like I can't. The brush will not brush it right for some reason. I still get those brush stains, and it's pissing me off. I found a perfect color too. Like, you know how you mix your grays? Okay.
Well, I didn't mix the dark gray.
Well, the real light gray.
Yeah.
I found it in game color. It's called Ghost Gray. It's the exact color that you mix. I don't know if you can see it there. How's that?
That's actually even a shade darker than I was doing.
It's pretty light when it dries.
Literally, my gray was a full bottle of this flat white.
Yeah.
With like a couple of drops of battleship gray, okay, and a couple of drops of flat black to the bottle.
Oh, all right.
Like just a couple of drops. It's just enough to tone it back to where it's not quite stark white.
Yeah. Well, you'll see what it looks like if I ever get back to it. Sometimes
that's okay. I've already started planning for another snowberry.
They got another one now?
Well, this one they've always had out. It's the 1 to 72nd scale.
Oh God! Oh, that one.
But they've re-released it as a Technic kit, so it comes with all the lighting and a motor for the radar dish, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, okay. Because one guy had one, but it didn't have all that stuff. He just had the regular 172, and he said it was a pain in the ass. But I guess this one you're talking about must be a new version.
No, it's the main kit itself is the same mold they've been using since I think 1980. That kit came out.
Yeah.
It was originally put out by Matchbox, and then Revell bought the molds for it when Matchbox stopped producing kits.
When I see a kit and I don't get along with it, I go to YouTube. And I say, okay, people building the snowberry. And some guys give you a little bit of secrets and stuff. Some of them do it real well, too. But I'm saying to myself, what is the mix not in here showing that?
Before I tackle that, I will be right back.
He's gonna have a cigarette. He was told to stop smoking.
Well, I will if I can get hold of my neighbor.
It's tough when you run out of cigarettes. My wife goes bonkers when she doesn't have a cigarette. I think once I'm putting a finish on this, I'm gonna I'm gonna do Monsters, you know, Dracula's shoes here. I'm gonna do a patent leather. Put the high gloss on that. Make it look like patent leather. I did some of these vampires here for the patent leather shoes. Make them fancy. All it is to me is a vampire in a tuxedo. Exactly what it is. Vampires like tuxedos. We'll try this off. Hey, Steve,
Yes.
can you guess why I use a white glove like this? Like, see? Can you guess why I use a white glove?
Why?
No fingerprints.
There you go. Very good.
Because a lot of people like I use the latex, but you still get fingerprints on there. So I said, let me try a pair of white gloves and see what happens. No fingerprints.
Okay. That's a little better. Little gun shields. They're not too bad, but they're just fine enough to test your nerves.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Although I'll tell you, this hold and fold sure simplifies things. like I've always maintained, you can do photo etch without, you know, the big fancy tools,
Yeah.
but sometimes they really do simplify things a whole bunch.
I ordered one of those weirdo models. This one is called Leaky Boat Louie, I think it is. And he's the funniest looking guy you ever see. It reminded me reminded of me, like a dirty old I don't give a crap type of guy, you know. It was funny, so I ordered that one. Once it
That's
comes-
cool.
Yeah.
What to say? Isn't any model you build a weirdo model?
Is what?
I said, isn't any model you build a weirdo model?
Kind of. Well, no, not really. I
Built
mean,
by a weirdo, you know.
I like those little weirdo models. Some of them are pretty cool. But this one reminded me of me, so I figured I'll get that. Except for the vampire-looking teeth he's got on him.
Yeah, those are fun little kits.
Yeah, they are. They are, right? I go to this, when I go to YouTube, I go to this site called HPI Guy.
Yep.
And he does all these different models, and I said, oh, I like that model. I wonder if that's still around. But he does some models that aren't there anymore. You know, I guess he did it years ago or something.
Yeah.
There's a few sites out there that you can go to that specialize in old out of production kits.
Yeah, but you pay like an hour.
Actually turned me on to a really good site there for a kit that I was looking for, was that's not in production anymore, was Tamiya's 1:72 scale Vosper Percasa, which is a fast attack torpedo boat.
Yep.
British.
I get away with that
Well,
way.
British design anyway.
That's similar to the McHale's Navy boat.
No, it isn't. It's much more modern.
It was I thought it was a Vosper that was, yeah, McHale's Navy.
Vosper has been making boats for a long time. They're still in production. Like they still Vosper still builds boats. But they built from these World War I all the way up to present day.
And the prices are good, or are they crazy?
Actually, I found the kit on what site was that you recommended, Steve?
Oh, was that the? I did a review on it for that guy, wasn't it? He's out of Vegas.
I think it's oldkits.com. I think it was.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But I found it on there, and it's actually about the same price as I paid for the damn thing when it was still in production back in the 90s.
Wow.
Because I see these things online, old kits for sale, and you should see the prices they want. And no, I don't think so.
Well, no, like I said, the site that Steve turned me on to, it was pretty good. I mean, I was just looking for the one kit, so I didn't really shop around on his site. But like I said, he had it for pretty much the same price I paid for the damn thing back in the 90s. I was impressed. $75.
Oh, rare plane detective.
Real Plane Detective?
Rare plane detective.
Well, that's the name of it, huh? Hmm.
I think that's what it was.
I thought it was something like oldkits.com or classickits.com was the one that was, for some reason, that's what I remember it being called, but I could be wrong. I was just glad to find that kit at any price, because It's one of those old kits I built back in the 90s that my ex-wife decided to destroy on me. And I've been looking for one for the past couple of years.
Yeah, rare-planedetective.com. Rare-planedetective.com.
Okay.
He has everything, not just planes.
I'll write this down. Let's see.
Yeah, I have to say I was impressed with his prices.
It's called Rare Detective.
Yeah, rare-plane detective. Rare-planedetective.com. Just type in Google Rare Plane Detective and it should come up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll try it.
CA fumes are starting to make my eyes water.
What is?
The fumes from the CA glue.
Oh, yeah.
Every now and then I get, because I'm working so close with it, every now and then I get this. I end up gluing my eyeballs shut.
Well, they got a new statue in Boston honoring civil rights. It's a statue of a black woman. Whatever floats your boat. Some people it can start trouble. To others, it's good. It's in Boston. There'll be some joker out there starting trouble.
All right, what's up, guys?
How's it going, Brian?
Oh, good. Tired.
All
I guess
right.
your wife didn't think that was a very good way to blow up a balloon, huh?
Well, just before that one, I showed you the one with the guy walking down the street with the Squidward comparison.
With the what?
Squidward comparison.
Oh,
That one, she was like, "Oh dear God." And then I showed her that one. She's like, "Your friends have issues."
dude, she lives with you. What did she expect? She knows your sense of humor.
Yeah. Yes, she does.
I half expected her to say something more along the lines of, "Oh no, there's more than one of you out there."
Let's see what they got. Choose a category. Oh, Holy crap. It says to choose a category. I hit ship. And its name's Holy Ship. Let's see. How about Trumpeter?
I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I hit Trumpeter and it's showing nothing.
Did it again.
This is weird. Right? Hold on. Yeah. Come on.
Google's really been acting up lately.
I don't know. Something's going on. Yep, there it goes again. I got the site, but when I hit, whichever one I hit Trumpeter and it didn't give me anything. We got all kinds of shit here. Oh, Lindbergh. Oh, nope, not them. Okay. Don't piss off me. Academy, Trumpster. I'll try Academy because Trumpster didn't show up. Unless I got to sign in or something. Nope, ain't showing nothing. All right.
Now, Mick, I'm beginning to think that Eric might have a very askew vision of what hanging out with us might be like.
Yeah, I noticed that. Well, Gil's been making that comparison to me about the crazy Irish guy from Braveheart for a while now.
I mean, one, I'm trying to see where he pictures himself in that group because I'm like, no.
Yeah, he doesn't strike me very much as a burly Scotsman.
Hey, Steve.
He went to go get something.
Oh, okay. I wonder what I have to do here. Maybe I got to sign in or something.
He's the one we leave behind to take care of things while we go off.
I think he said something about he needed some whiskey to deal with that Vinny character.
You're lucky this is live.
Oh, it is. Look at that.
Yeah, he did that. He did that purposely so I wouldn't curse.
No, Vinny, I'm trying to get at least one live one in a week.
Yeah. Well, for the last 2 days, we've been on live ones.
Yeah, those are on Gil's channel.
Oh.
I'm trying to get more live content on my channel too.
Well, you're still affiliated.
What's that?
You're still affiliated.
No,
That's
in other
not-
words, so
That's not the point, Vinny. I'm affiliated on Styrene Syndicate, but my channel's still my channel. I'm soon going to start putting up some kit reviews and how-tos as well.
Yeah.
I just have to get the actual time to sit down and do it.
I say it takes a lot of work doing all that stuff.
Well, I'll be able to do a lot more of it this summer, but I'm not quite so busy dealing with Liam's school stuff and other stuff for my family and that.
Mm-hmm.
sure blame them.
I'd make the perfect monitor. I don't work. I don't go out. I don't have any kids to take care of.
It's not a matter of being a moderator, not a monitor, a moderator.
Yeah.
Is a matter of more than just having the time. It's disposition. It's being able to deal directly with problems. And Mick and I, we joke around about stuff all the time. We'll crack jokes, have fun, everything's wonderful. But when it comes time to handling what needs to be handled, there's a right way and a wrong way.
Yep.
So people can do that, and certain people can't. Demeanor is how you come across to people. It's knowing when to turn it off, when to turn it on. You know, it's when to sit back and let everybody have some fun and relax, and it's when to, step in and lead a little bit.
Yep. I know that. I mean, Gil thinks if I was a monitor, I'd ruin his channel. I mean, in a way, that hurt. Because I'm really not that way. I kid around a lot. But I would never, it's hard to explain it. He just thinks I messed his channel up, but he's wrong. 100%.
Well, then here's the thing. Words are one thing, actions are another. And that's how people determine things. You can say all day long, well, I'd be wonderful. But depending on how they view your actions would determine if they feel you'd be a good fit for their channel to be a moderator.
How would they know that unless I didn't do it? Unless I did it.
Well,
They wouldn't know, really. But because I kid around the way I do now? I mean, that's...
Not about the kidding around, Vinny.
I know what it's about. I mean...
Well, then there shouldn't be any question.
But Bill seems to disagree with me. And that's the only thing that, you know, rocks my boat, so to speak. Deep down inside, he said, oh, Vinny, you can't do something like that. You'll end up messing up my channel. Yeah, okay. That's where I get, you know, that to me is a punch in the face, you know. He doesn't know what I'm going to do. Give me a shot. See what happens.
Nah, it's too, you gotta say something. That's like saying, I have no experience in running your business, but give me a shot and see what happens. You know,
Well, how did you
work
start?
long and hard.
How did you start?
What?
How did you start? How did you become a monitor?
I just came in. I just sat here and I joined the group and I talked and I got involved and I wasn't, you know, anything other than myself, and so whatever. Gil saw something he thought that was worthwhile. I mean, I've got experience with my own groups and moderating other groups, and you know, he made the final decision.
I don't think you got it.
Yeah, it's ultimately it's Gil's decision. It's
Yeah.
whoever he's comfortable with. So
Yeah, well, I just think he's wrong, and I tell it to his face.
Well, Vinny, it's his channel.
Wrong. He didn't give me the shot. You know, I mean, if I wasn't doing my job right, I would. He told me, hey, Vinny, this is what you're not doing wrong. Okay. This is what you're doing.
Here's the problem you're missing.
hey, Vinny, it's nothing personal either. It's nothing personal. Believe me.
I think it is.
No, it's not.
You told me yourself. He said you'd ruin my channel. He said it right out to me.
Well, he was being honest with his feelings.
No, his feelings are 100% wrong.
Well, here's the thing, though. You can't tell a person that their feelings are 100% wrong.
Yeah, I can.
He feels a certain way, then that's how he feels, and that's the end of the discussion, really.
Yeah, but his feelings are wrong. That's what I'm saying. You can't
Well, you feel he's wrong, but in his mind, he's right. And when it comes
tell me. You see, he knows me as when I joke around all the time. That's how he knows me. Okay? And then I said, well, give me that chance and I'll show you different. No, I don't, you know, in other words, I don't trust you. You ruin my channel.
Vinny, I'm not going to sit here and listen to you complain about not being a moderator on my live feed. Okay, dude?
Oh, here we go. See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay.
Bye, Vinny.
Oh, well.
Sorry, but I'm not going to sit here and let you.
No. You don't need to apologize for that. There's a time for that, and it's not during the live feed.
No.
Anyway, on to more pleasant things.
Yes.
Oh, one more gun shield, and I'm half done with these.
Nice.
We'll I can take a break from this etch and glue up the plastic parts for the other half of the guns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start hosting because I should be able to. I signed up for it the other day and it said 24 hours you'll be able to host. So
There you go. Cool. Very good.
Let me just double check. Well, you know, I want to be able to kick him out too. I was looking for the button. I'm like, damn it, I don't have one.
You can kick us all out.
No, that was the thing, is when I told him I'm not going to sit here and listen to you do this on my live feed, that was my warning, and
He kept talking.
Yeah.
he chose to piss and moan and whine further about it. So I'm sorry, but goodbye. Come back when you're in a better mood.
Yep.
It's nothing personal, but I'm not going to play this game.
Yep. We don't need the drama.
So here's home, videos, channels, discussion about. Okay, there's that. And then
Okay.
create a video or post. Mick, when you start a live feed, and are you doing it from YouTube, or are you doing it from Google Plus?
I go to YouTube.
Yeah.
I go to Creator Studio. And then I go to live streaming. And when you click on that, it'll pop up another couple of options. And I go to events. And then I set it up through the events. If you just go to live streaming and go straight through the regular live streaming, it puts you live to your channel immediately.
Okay.
If I do it through events, it sets up a hangout. Then I can wait for some people to come into the hangout before I put it live. When I get back tomorrow from picking Liam up from the school bus, I'll send you an invite and I'll walk you through it. I'll actually just the two of us. I'll screen share it so I can show you exactly where I'm going.
Okay. I already found it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, live streaming events. You don't have any upcoming events? I will. Soon.
Yep.
Dashboard. Matchmaker. Ooh, I have 7 subscribers. Loading analytics. What analytics? I haven't done anything. No activity to show. Duh. Cool. Yeah, I started writing a script, but then I got caught up in a million things today for the introduction video, and then I gotta record that. I shall get it done, along with everything else. Excuse me. Well, at least you know if I'm going to bow out of here in a little bit, I can leave you with Steve and not worry. I didn't kick him, but I had to basically tell Vinny.
If you notice, I'm not much on words. I don't talk much, but that's the way I am.
Well, because the rule is now is that if there's other people in here, we want to have 2 moderators. To
I mean, I hate to have to do it, but the long and the short of it is, it's part of the job sometimes.
Yeah. So we're sitting here last night, and Vinny was just not leaving. It was like 11:30, and I asked, and I mean, if you can't get more of a hint of, hey, Mac, how much longer are you going to be?
Yeah. Well, no, that's why I explained to him that, like, Gil doesn't want people left in the hangout without the moderators, because, and it all comes back to that thing with the people that were harassing Howard. It's just, I can't just leave. the situation to be where someone ends up getting harassed. That's not what we're here for.
Yep.
So I was sitting here, and finally I was like, and I was at like 11:35. He's like, yeah, another 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, fine. I was ready to go. And Vinny's just do.
Yeah. No, he does that. He'll sit.
So
and
finally,
he'll
midnight
stay
ago,
as long as you let him.
I was like, Vinny, yeah, we're closing up. That's it. Okay.
Most nights that's okay, but like, yeah, like Gil doesn't want
Yeah.
the hangouts left just going with nobody watching them because the
Right.
last time that happened, Howard got a bunch of harassing messages afterwards.
Yeah, why
And that
would
had
you-
nothing to do with Vinny. It's just
Yeah.
Vinny needs to understand that the rules are going to apply to him just as equally, you know?
Well, the other thing was I didn't want to leave you alone with him because, like what just happened tonight, I didn't want that happening to you with nobody to sit to go, no, this is what happened, and Vinny's full of it.
Well, yeah.
I didn't need him tearing into you. Oh, no.
So, yeah. No witness was necessary in this case.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Well, with Steve here, I can go back out if I need to.
What are you talking about?
Hey, I'm on a live hangout, girls. Quit laughing at me.
Oh,
My wife
those
is laughing
boys
at my
quit
geeky
giving
ass. What?
telling those boys to giving us up. Because you didn't know we were here. How did you
We
know?
heard you. I heard you loud and
I
clear.
told you.
Yeah, they hear you. They hear you.
They heard us.
Loud and clear.
Everything.
We're on live to the world.
Oh, hi.
Crazy women.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, and now he's starting on the page.
Really? You saying so? Which one?
Red Dragon Modelwerks.
Red Dragon? Really?
I guess he wants to be left. Okay.
I don't see none. Recent activity. Hold on. New posts.
Yeah, he commented on the hangout link.
Oh.
Right now, I'm not even going to dignify it with a response.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dumb. I'm in the wrong freaking one. I'm in the admin.
Okay, so apparently I was a third done, not half. But, oh well.
Evening, gentlemen.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, I just flipped over. I was browsing through YouTube and I saw everybody was still on, so I just caught the last part of the said conversation. So I'll have to review at a later time. I have to do my work. Okay, good. No, cameras. Maybe it's my internet. Yeah, yeah. It's been a pretty crappy week. Life issues and that, and then the internet service went out.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah, well, the technician issue. I had a dedicated line, and I guess a new tenant moved in the apartment downstairs and decided to get cable. So, yeah, they spliced my line, and because it was a bad line down, I think it had water damage. Basically, he gets cable, and it knocks my internet out. To where it's not gonna go. So I had to go through, all that BS if you ever have to deal with cable stuff, First technician comes out, can't do it, says, oh, we got to send an MDU unit out because you need a new line. The MDU unit, because, I'm in a multi-dwelling apartment. That's what they do, is they're the guys that'll go up on the roof and run like a main cable. And luckily this time, I managed to get a decent tech that actually set that up while he was here. So I was, guaranteed that this MDU guy was going to come out, because we've had that excuse happen numerous times, throughout years that we've had cable, because we've been in this building like almost 10 years, and we've moved from apartments. We were like on the other side of when my wife and I were first together, we were on the other side of the building, which is on the other end of the street. It's a big building. We're right on the corner. So we're like on the third floor, and we moved to the first floor, then we moved to the first floor across the hall. Now we're in this apartment. And, we've had cable, and every time it went out, we've always had that same excuse. The guy comes out, and it's like, oh, your line is bad. And after that, it's like you don't hear from them, and then you find out, oh, well, no work order was put in, and we have to schedule you, and that could take months, whatever. It was just a bunch of BS. But luckily, this time around, they got somebody that was pretty decent. So I went out on, it was Tuesday when I was knocked out. The guy at Tech came out Wednesday. They put me in an appointment for Saturday, so I didn't have to lose work. So that was good because I'm off on Saturday. So the guy came out. They ran a new line for me and a new line for the guy downstairs, and it's actually, I think, working a lot better now. I'm not as jittery.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, got a little bit higher signal. And I realized when I first got this service like 3 years ago, I was kind of running at what I'm running now. And then over the course of time here, I know I was doing those speed tests, and I'm like, I'm only getting like 1 point whatever meg. And that's probably obviously because the line was damaged. So now I'm back up to where I, am. So when I had the original service, so it's all good from here. So
great.
So that and tying up other loose ends. So, but I figured coming on the end of this, say, yeah, I'm still alive. Just
Yeah, good to see you, man.
Adulting sucks. That comes first.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, Mick?
Yep.
I think I just gave you an early Christmas present. I went and I muted Vinny in both groups, and he then left.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Well, kind of sad to see it happen because he's been a long-time member, but he's got to understand if he's going to get out of line, he's going to get booted from the hangout. It's nothing personal, but I'm not going to put up with this. I'm sure not going to have him sit here and bitch and moan about Gil and about the way that he is running his group,
No, not at all.
Especially on a live feed. That's out of line.
Oh, yeah.
It's not something I enjoy doing, but occasionally as a moderator, it occasionally becomes necessary.
Yep.
Oh, that's Vinny can't see. Oh boy. Yep.
What now?
No, it's just you already, before I had a chance to go and seek the gossip, I just it's already gone. So.
Yeah, it's nothing big. So it's something that he's been bitching about for the past year or two.
Oh yeah.
About not being allowed to be a moderator with us.
Oh yeah.
And it's,
oh,
that's Gil's. That's Gil's choice, not his.
My favorite part is that, well, he's wrong. No, if that's what he feels, he's right. That's what he feels.
That's exactly why he wasn't chosen.
It's true.
I mean, I was trying to be as nice about it as possible without saying, dunce, look in the mirror.
And Josh is in the comments, and he says, "What's going on, guys?" And he said, "That sucked, Ed," or "That sucks, Ed." That you're going through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got it fixed now. That's good. Right on.
Yeah, I mean, well, he what happened was on Tuesday too. Is after I was arguing, I mean, the first tech, was nice, and I also explained to him that I used to work for contractor to AT&T doing broadband service, and I did a lot of the computer configs, but we would ride out. That's when before everything was like self-install now. You guys had a guy to set up the computer, and then you had your lineman. And I was a computer guy, but we were trained in basic line install because we would have to help the lineman, just like, hey, ladders or whatever not. So I'm not going to give BS because, I know what they do when, you want to get out of a job or you're, So yeah, so I usually tell them that, not to be a butthead, but I'm basically saying, look, I'm doing what you do. So if you're gonna sit there and tell me an excuse or BS me, I've probably already done it myself or have done it, to somebody. So, but yeah, luckily, so this this worked out good this round here. So just tying up all these loose ends.
Yeah, I used to do that for Bell South. Installs, DSL.
Huh.
Way back in the day. Was it 2000? Yeah, 2000. No. Yeah, because it was right when I got married, so it was 2001. 2001, yeah. Used to get all my stuff at home and load up the car, and I had a fold-up ladder and stuck it in the trunk. And for some reason, I have everything. That's what always amazed people is I take out this little fold-up ladder. It's the type where you can make it into a scaffolding, the whole 9 yards, and pull it out. And the next thing you got a 6-foot ladder, and I'm like, that came out of your trunk? Like, yeah. I just bought another one. I was looking for one for the longest time, and I always get them where they're rated heavier than I need because they're just built so much better. And sitting there going through Lowe's and $300, $400. I'm like, get the heck out of here. All of a sudden, I come across one of the folding ones, rated 400 pounds. It was on sale for $97. It was somebody had ordered and then returned. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Wow.
Gift from the gods. I'll take it. See, because with my prosthetic, I can angle it differently than just a standard ladder. So I can put one edge flat, one side flat against the wall, and then put the other one at a different angle than if you're on a normal ladder. So it makes it easier to stand on. I don't have to worry about falling over and killing myself.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh. Yeah, haven't been super active in the bench department. It's been collecting some paints, stuff like that. Still waiting on my last airbrush. I'm kind of hoping it's going to come sometime this week. I hope.
You ordered a new one from Badger, or?
Yeah, I ordered. I got 3. I got the Spirit that's here, and the 105 came the week before last. So I'm waiting on my Chrome. He said that's the last update Badger had was the last that they have to send out is the Chromes and the Solitaires, but they didn't give an amount of how many. So
yeah.
So he wanted to have the whole thing wrapped up by the end of the month, but it's getting closer. So I mean, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'll wait for their post to say it's done, and then give it some time before I say something. But so far, I guess I just gotta wait it out.
Yeah.
No biggie. Then I think I'm good for a few years in the airbrush department. I still got to unload my 360s. I haven't gotten around to pricing anything and putting anything up online. And
Why don't you want the 360s?
Just not the only thing that I liked about the 360s is I guess they had a 0.7 needle in them,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine for gravity, but I don't like gravity feed anymore. I don't know if that's I mean, I've got my 150, which is just sentimental, so I'm not getting rid of that thing, but everything else I've got is I'm sorry, I'm saying gravity feed. I meant siphon feed. Everything else I have is gravity, so I think it's just easier for me to work with, and stuff and whatnot. But now, like I said, I did like the 360 because it had that 0.7 needle, which was good for doing. I mean, it would have been perfect for shooting stynel res, and when I do my lacquer coat, because if I do a lot of flat coat with like Tester's dull coat, I do that too. I shoot that straight through at like 25 psi without thinning, and I'm perfect for that. But I prefer it on gravity feed, and that cup is so small, and when you open that thing up, the paint it just sucks the paint right through.
Yeah.
So quite honestly, if he had some kind of an option where he had a something like that, or if I don't know why they just don't make something else with a 0.7 needle or have that kind of an upgrade option. I'd have one of my larger cup ones and set that up for that. But just playing with it too, the way that the trigger and the cup are kind of close, and my fingers touching and rubbing it, and it just wasn't comfortable in my hands. So yeah, I figured out, and then I got them quite some time. I got them. Damn, I can't even remember when I got those. They didn't just come out, but I got them off when they had the garage sale. I mean, I must have had them for more than almost 10 years. Never used them. I mean, they're new in the box. So, and well, the one I bought and one I won at an auction or at in a raffle. So I knew I was going to get rid of those. So
Yeah, I'm like you. I don't like the suction feeds anymore.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a difference. I just don't like them anymore.
Yeah, they take a little more pressure to use, and I get they're good airbrushes, but
well, to it, and plus the paint volume.
yeah,
Because you've got the siphon in there, and even doing like a 35th scale piece of armor, you don't need to have that much paint, and you overdo it by filling those bottles, because they're just so large. So
yeah.
yeah, I've got to pull some more kits out of the stash for the auction pile.
I found something really cool on Hannett's site there, Ed.
What's that?
You know that 1:72 scale version of the Snowberry?
Yeah.
Well, not only is it still available, but it's available as a Technic kit. It has all the lighting and a motor for the radar dish.
Oh.
So guess who's selling a kidney?
Yeah, I can imagine how. What is that thing going for?
About $300 Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still trying to hold off for that Titanic.
Depending on how, and in 2 months, in June there, I've got so a month and a half. I've got a appointment with the optometrist. So if I've got my financial situation in hand where I can, my finance company is paid down enough that I can get enough for my glasses and the kit, I think I might buy myself a little late birthday present.
There you go. So I see Bandai finally came out with that. That, you know, what is with Bandai in their tiny stuff lately?
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
You know, I mean, okay, yeah, all right, cool. You guys got a Death Star, but yeah, I think everybody's complaining they want one, you know, this around the same size as the AMT. It's just been the only one ever available. Well, knowing how Bandai operates, I guess if enough people complain about it, they probably do something like that, but release it as a, you know, a P Bandai, and you know, want to charge $400 for it.
Yeah.
That's I see that them probably doing that.
They're supposed to be coming out with another Millennium Falcon, different version.
Yeah, I would assume it's going to be the solo version. I'm just assuming, because that's kind of the only. I mean, they got, you know.
Right. Well, they're coming out the 1/144th solo version.
Yeah. Yeah, that one I'll get. But yeah, you know, I'm sure they'll probably do it with the 72nd scale, and then it'll be same deal. 400 bones.
Yeah, they have a 1/44th of the Fletcher class destroyer too to go with my 144 Snowberry.
There you go.
And that one there's aftermarket available for.
Oh yes.
All kinds. Oh, jeez.
no. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
And I'm back.
I was wondering where you went to.
I don't know. I mean, I'm here. Next man says, "Bloop, your connection has disappeared. Please check it." Don't want to restart it over.
Huh.
I'm like, what do you mean my connection has disappeared? I said, you lost your connection.
Disappearing connection.
Your computer gave you a great big FU.
Pretty much, yes. Pretty much, yes. Oh, excuse me. Oh.
So I've been following this guy on YouTube, figure painter called Vermilion Hue.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty good. I just recommend checking him out. If not for anything, the guy's voice. He's a British guy, but I can't explain his how he's got really hard emphasis on certain things. I mean, I always check his channel out.
Can you do me a favor?
Yep.
Because right now I'm a little busy, but if you could send me a link to his channel on my YouTube or on my Facebook, I'll check him out later.
Okay, yeah.
Always interested in seeing new content providers out there.
He doesn't have any videos where he shows him, but he's talking, and it's, he's got this British voice, and he's talking. We must put the colors in the pot.
Yeah, it's all good.
We'll even out over time. It's just, I mean, it's entertaining to listen to this guy talk, and it's like I'm trying to associate him with something like some kind of old British professor or something. It's just
it kind of sounds like something from Monty Python, but I mean, it could be neurological.
I mean, he does really good. Some interesting techniques that I haven't seen before. He refers to things as, like when painting, I guess he refers to as the neoclassical way, and he puts a lot of more art emphasis into things.
Yeah.
But one of the ways he does like a wash or a glaze is he uses PVA glue in the paint. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody I know now that has done that or used that, but
nothing I've ever done.
yeah, so that's what kind of intrigued. I'm like, okay, I'm really interested in what this techniques that this guy's using.
Nothing I've ever done, but again, I don't claim to have done everything, so.
But he, I mean, he really explains stuff, and he's doing it. But where did he go here? I don't want to, so I can paste the. I just sent you the link to his channel.
Cool.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, he's got some really, really good work on here. I think the one where he, let's see if I can go, where he shows about the PVA glue is, which is the one there? It's How to Paint Flesh, in part 1 and part 2.
Cool.
How to Paint Flesh, part 1, Neoclassical Style by Hugh.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's fairly new. He's got 137 subscribers, and it looks like his first video was 9 months ago.
No, you're doing better than I am.
Yeah, yeah, and he works. He works mostly in oils, but I think the figure, where is it at there? Yeah, he works mostly in oils, but he's got acrylic and watercolor tutorials. And he does. He's got all, as far as figures and miniatures. He's got all kinds of subjects. He's got small models for vignette type stuff. 54 millimeter, 28 millimeter flats, busts. But I'm telling you, you'll know once you start him talk, you'll get a kick out of it. I don't know if that's just him or that's his gimmick, but whatever it is, it's pretty funny.
Okay, that's that business taken care of. How much you wanted to get a thumbs down on this one?
Oh, of course.
But why?
Well, no one thumbs down my last one. I was, feeling a little left out. So, because normally there's that other crew that occasionally likes to hit up my hangout videos and thumbs down, and we know who they are.
Yeah.
Douchebox.
That group that shall not be named.
Well, the Voldemorts.
Yeah, except these guys have noses.
We'll leave that one alone.
Yeah. Why not? You know what? Let's join another model building group on Facebook. Why not? There we go. That's like number 375.
Dude, I actually left a bunch of groups recently. Not that I had a problem with the groups at all, just that it gets out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many. I mean, it's not a bit. There's so many now. This was unheard of, 5 years ago.
It's getting to the point where I can't keep up with the groups that I am active on or that are run by friends of mine, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And my feed is just constantly 400 billion posts from groups that I don't even go to anymore. So I did a big purge last week. Got rid of about 30 or 40 of them.
Yeah, fortunately for me, and the way I look at it at this point, it has consumed my news feed to the point of that's the majority of stuff that comes across and pretty much eliminates all the religious and political posts by friends. So since nobody posts pictures of their dinner and cats anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
a picture of my dinner and cats because it's usually the same picture.
Oh, you're ordering from the same Thai restaurant I am. Okay.
No, I'm cheap. My neighbor just wonders where his cats keep going.
Oh shit.
I'm actually a big cat person. It was kind of funny. I was at my sister's last night for my mother's birthday party. And my sister has this Maine Coon, and she's named Gilbert, which I thought was really funny. And she says to me, "Oh, Gilbert won't let you pet him." And I says, "Well, geez, I hope not." And she didn't get the joke because, she doesn't follow any of my stuff on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
She has no clue who Gilbert is. Tammy kind of got a giggle out of that, though. And I says, "No, you watch." I says, you watch. By the end of the night, sure enough, it wasn't an hour later, the cat's sitting beside me. I'm sitting there scratching behind his ears. He's purring and rubbing up against me. My sister doesn't have enough faith in my abilities when it comes to animals. And she should know better because she knows how good I am with animals, but nope, she swore up and down, "Oh, no, Gilbert won't come near you." Oh, yeah, you watch. I think he's just skittish because he's in a house with 3 kids.
Yeah, that would do it. Oh, he doesn't like people. No, he just doesn't like your kids.
Ranging from 8 to, I think, 12 or 13.
Oh, that'll do it. And how long have they had it?
Still young. I think they've had it about 8 months or so now. 7, 8 months.
Yeah, I love when people tell me they're cat people. Like, oh, really? When I was going to college up in Delhi, New York, part of it was a vet's eye school, and they had an on-campus kennel where they would keep cats and dogs to learn how to neuter and spay and all that. So they would encourage the students to, if they want to, go down and pick out an animal and kind of like, surrogate care for it, spend time so you just weren't cooped up in the cages. And I went down there and there was this gorgeous black cat, golden eyes with the diamond-shaped pupils, and this cat was evil. I mean, evil. I saw one girl come out crying, blood dripping down her arms. And so I walk in. I'm walking by. I'm like, oh, cute, cute, cute. And all of a sudden, this cat comes right up to the window. And I'm like, yeah. Meow. Mm-hmm. Meow. Mm-hmm. Meow. Really? I open up the door, and no one's like, oh, no. The cat jumps out in my arms and just curls right up. Okay, I just sat there petting it.
The last cat I had was he was also a Maine Coon, but he was a runt. He was big for a standard house cat, and everyone kept telling me, "That's a runt." Yeah, no, dude, you don't know how big a Maine Coon can get. Trust me, it's a runt.
Mm-hmm. This cat, she jumps in my arms. All of a sudden, now people are like, "Oh, it's friendly." Mm-mm. I'm petting it. This girl comes up and goes, "I'm a cat person. Cats love me." This cat shredded her, got her on the face, got her on the arms. I'm like, cat person, huh? Cat jumps right back in my arms, looked back at her and went, wow.
Yeah. But, well, the thing is that I'm walking. It was originally supposed to be my girlfriend's cat, the girl that I was with, because she had never had a cat and she wanted a cat. So when we got our first apartment together, I took her down to the Toronto Humane Society to go and adopt a cat. And we're walking along and looking in the cages, and Amanda walks on a little ahead, and I'm walking by, and this little brown furry arm shoots out and grabs me right by the elbow. Not with claws or anything, just grabs hold of me. And I turn around, and I look down, and he's looking at me like, you're going to spring me, right? So I says, hey, Amanda. I says, what? I says, come on over here. I says, what about this one? And I swear he knew, because he knew that it was like, okay, I got to impress her. Because as soon as she came over, he starts belly up, purr, 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 rubbing against the bars. She's like, yes, I want that one. So we called the guy over and says, yeah, we want him. And he says, I don't want to adopt you that cat. I'm like, excuse me? Why? Like, I respect that, but why? You know, I respect your honesty. He says, look, that cat was first taken. He wasn't surrendered. He was apprehended from the first owner because it had been beaten by a brush when he was just a little kitten. Because we have placed this cat in 4 different homes, and he has been returned 4 times for attacking people. Says, now, understand, says, if this animal's brought back a 5th time, we're going to have to put it down as a vicious animal. So I want to be sure that whoever I adopt this cat to is ready to deal with that. And I'm not going to see this cat back here because I don't want it to put it down. He says, I'll tell you how bad it is. He says, I fostered the thing for a while, and even I brought it back. I says, you know what? I have a way with animals. Give me the cat. I guarantee you won't see him again. I have a gift with animals, and I figure if I'm going to use that gift, I might as well use it on the animal that needs it the most. So he's like, okay. He says, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put you in a room with the cat. And all the staff's going to leave. It's just going to be you and your girlfriend with the cat in the room. Because we want to see how the cat is around you. They brought the cat in. The cat jumped up into my lap, curled up in a ball, and purr, 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 and went to sleep. Guy comes in. I'm sitting here petting the cat. He looks down. He says, you can take that cat. And right out of the box, he decided, nope, that's my human. To hell with her. That's my human.
Nice.
2 years later, when me and her broke up, she ended up, even though it was technically her cat, she ended up leaving the cat with me because it would have killed him to be separated from me, and she knew it. You know, that was Daddy's boy. And that cat was with me for a decade, and I don't know how many different cities and relationships. He actually just passed away about 3 months before Liam was born. I was really heartbroken because I was kind of hoping that would be, you know, Liam's first cat. But he had a blockage, and yeah, it wasn't good. Little bugger waited until I got home to die on me.
Yeah, it's.
No, I'll tell you, these blades you sent are sharp. I didn't even feel that going in. Oops. I got to figure out what I've trimmed and what I haven't here.
Well, so far you have 1 thumbs up.
Oh, well, I'm not too worried about it. People can thumbs up, they can thumbs down. It doesn't matter to me because, honestly, it all still counts as interaction.
Oh, yeah.
Even if they thumbs down you, and this particular group that we were talking about earlier, they show up just to thumbs down me. But what they don't realize is when they do that, it doesn't affect my channel negatively at all. it actually helps my channel because not only did they give me the view to show up to thumbs down it, but the thumbs down still counts as post engagement interaction. They can thumbs up me or thumbs down me all they want. It's don't get me wrong, you know, it feels really good when I see a bunch of thumbs up and I know that I've made some viewers happy at least, you know, but if they want to thumbs down me and they want to show up and give me a view just to be negative, well, all power to you. I don't take it personal. I will say this, that'll be the last time we see him in a hangout.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, he left the groups.
Yeah, I know. Then somebody blocked him and it wasn't me.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't block him either. He's looking at it. I just muted him because I didn't need him going on and on in the chats.
Well, I know who it was that was blocking him because I was
Yeah.
apprising him of the situation the whole time it was going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we won't be seeing him back. Like I said, it's sad it came to that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, you know?
Yeah.
I'd like to know why my chest freezer over there is suddenly making noises it never used to make. I have to check that out in the morning. Good thing there's nothing in it currently. I'm supposed to go and put my meat order in tomorrow, so better to do it now than after. There's something else going to go wrong with it. Oh God, my kid one day. Freezer stopped working. Everything in it thawed. Lost like a half a freezer's full of meat. I thought, oh great, I got to go buy another freezer. The freezer died. Checked, make sure it was plugged in. Yeah, it was plugged in. Switch on the wall turned to on because that wall socket is hooked to a light switch that doesn't go to a light switch. It just goes to that wall socket. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I guess it must have died. I was actually just about to go and buy another freezer 3 days later. So I was just waiting for my pay to come in. When I happened to be walking by the freezer and I see the little knob at the bottom where you turn it up or turn it down, my kid had turned it all the way down.
Oh, shoot.
So I duct taped over it so he couldn't mess with the dial anymore. Turned it all the way up and then duct taped over it so he couldn't mess with the dial anymore. Like, you little bugger, you cost me about $200 worth of meat. You know that, right? It's a really old freezer, so I mean, it's gonna go one of these days, but what can you do? You know, stuff don't last forever.
Hey guys, I'm gonna call tonight. We'll talk to you later.
I'm going to Steve.
All right,
Take it easy,
care.
Steve.
Take care. Have a good night.
It's actually midnight, so I'm going to shut the live feed down.
Okay.
So I want to thank you all for tuning in to watch. Sorry about the unpleasantness earlier, but these things do happen, unfortunately, when you moderate a community. And we'll see you all probably in about a week because I've been trying to get back on track with the Hangouts. And thanks for watching.